This year is entitled Lag Baomer, a day of unintended repair. If one goes through the sources regarding Lag Baomer, Shulchan Aruch simply writes that the Talmidim stopped dying on the 34th of the Omer. The Ramah says the 33rd of the Omer. And we have some celebration, the fact that at least they stopped dying, then there's time, a little bit left for Rabbi Akiva to rebuild. Very nice. Mishmur brings down another opinion that they died throughout the time from Pesach to Shavuot, and there are certain days in the middle they didn't die. And they celebrate on the 33rd of the Yom. Why? Biglal Eza Siba. Some reason. Doesn't seem like the Mishmur knows what the reason is. He should have mentioned the obvious. So it's not so obvious. Previous year we mentioned there's different opinions on this topic. Did he die in this day? Did he not die in this day? It's not simple. It's not from the Gemara, Rishonim, different sources that say this way, that way. So other than the fires picked up a lot of steam, different reasons mentioned. The fire has to do with Shuvah Yachai, and the fire descended, the day of the Kabbalah, the fiery soul, when they used to light fires on the mountains, all different reasons that they find. Not simple. But to me, it's fascinating what happened. Whatever the sources are behind the fire, going to Meron, did he die on this day? Didn't die on this day? And if he did die on this day, should we make such a big thing in terms of the connection? Or Chazal didn't make that connection, should we? Nice question. To me, it's academic in a certain way. Why? Because the bottom line is that Rabbi Akiva's students died. They didn't have proper kavod, respect one to another. What that means, how does Rabbi Akiva, the great sage, produce 24,000 Talmidim, didn't have respect? Good question. But something was lacking, whatever it may be. There was a lack of achdut. So isn't it amazing that what has Lag Baomer become? We have 500,000 people going up to Meron, dancing together. There's a bit of a social scene, which is sad. But the other people are not involved in the social scene, between boys and girls, men and women. Just there, where you have a Hasidish fellow and a Misnagdish fellow and a Chiloni and a Sfardi and Ashkenazi, Datilumi, all dancing together. Isn't that so beautiful? What an amazing tikkun to the problem that caused all of this. That they didn't have respect for each other. They couldn't deal with each other and love one another. Whatever level it is, I'm sure it's much deeper than that. But whatever level it was, isn't it amazing how things worked out? That we have the biggest day of Achadut in Israel on Lag Baomer, when we celebrate that there were still some Talmidim that didn't die, and they were looking to overcome the flaw of sin'ah, of the lack of kavod for each other. And for those who don't go to Meron, so in every community, you have bonfires with the 5th graders and the 6th graders and these families and those families, and everyone is together. So do any sources clearly point from the Gemara to Rishon, Shonach, Achronim, point, yes, go to Meron, yes, have get-togethers in neighbor. No, the sources are not so clear. But Lamaisa, those are the facts on the ground. That in every community in Israel, there's an amazing achta within each group, with the schools together, and the shuls, and the members of the shuls, and the families, and the neighbors, and they all get together around the fire. And in Meron, they're all together there. So there's an amazing achdut, unity in Klal Yisrael. And it turns out that that is one of the great tikkunim for what was the catalyst of this tragic series, this tragic group of weeks of 33 days. So I like to separate between the sources behind all different minhagim, and you could challenge and wonder and question, and between the facts on the ground. The facts on the ground is that Lag BaOmer is a day of amazing achdut and unity in Klal Yisrael, and may that be a tikkun for all our challenges of sin'ah and not respecting each other properly. Shalom.